If you're coming here to meet a girl, do it. It's far better to try and not succeed than it is to, when you're here, do your best to enjoy things. Don't sweat small things. Even if it doesn't work out with the girl, you there's lots of other women that I'm kind of old fashioned for some people too. And try to get that person to get into serious conversation with you and not just idle banter like me and girl number one had.
Put it a test if it's a
Yep.
woman that you're coming here and see what will happen. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and again this is Filipina Elated, and for today's video I am very excited because I'll be talking to one of our guests. I know some of you knows Dan, some of you not, but today we'll be asking Dan about his travel in the Philippines, some advice probably about relationships, so anything that we could talk today. So hopefully guys that you would enjoy. So first thing first, let's ask Dan about some personal stuff, okay? Like his name. What's your name, Dan, and where are you from?
My name's Dan, and I'm from Idaho. I live in rural Idaho, out in the country. So, um, yeah, town for me is about a half hour away.
Okay, so what brought you to the Philippines?
Curiosity, hopefulness of a relationship. To meet you guys,
Yes.
there's a lot of different reasons, but yeah, just explore a new place was one of them, and of course, I also came to meet somebody, but uh,
Right. So Dan guys has been moderating us Tribunalo like Anne,
yeah,
Haname,
Anne,
Laika.
Hannah, Leica, almost everybody,
Yeah,
Karen,
almost everybody. That's
yeah.
why. Well, moving to the next questions. How long have you been here and how do you like it so far?
Okay, well, this is my second trip. The first trip I spent 30 days in February because I decided to come here for my birthday. And this trip again is another 30 days. And yeah, it's great. There's great things, and there's not so great things. But it's almost like any travel. It's it's not all going to be uh, smooth at all times,
Mm-hmm.
but you just deal with the issues when they come up and enjoy as much as you can. So
Yeah, so you have mentioned about there are great things and bad things. So can you mention what are those great things and bad things?
taking an hour to go 5 kilometers in traffic.
Oh, the traffic is bad in the Philippines.
Yeah, not it's not out in the country like we are here. It's not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
It still moves slow because it just does. But in the city, man, to go just from well, I think to get from Lapu-Lapu to Ayala, I think that's almost an hour.
Yeah.
At least 45 minutes, and
Yeah.
it could be worse. So, depending on the time of day.
Yes, and Ayala is one of the famous mall for expats or
Yeah,
locals. You could do a lot of stuff there. How
yeah.
about yeah, the bad things? What about the great things?
The smiles, everybody's got a smile, the attitude, um, and the gorgeous women, Filipinas are very beautiful.
Okay,
So,
if you could rate Filipinas from 1 to 10, you said gorgeous Filipina. What level? 10 out of 10, 8 out of 10.
yeah, for the beauty, and it's got to be 10. Sometimes the attitude and the tempo, that will take it down a notch, but yeah.
Okay, anyway, have you traveled outside from the US before or just here in the Philippines?
Yeah, I've been to a few countries. I've been to Mexico multiple times, and I've been to Chile,
Mhm.
and now I've been to the Philippines.
Yeah, so
So,
if you could go back to those memories that you have with those countries, what would you think that is the best?
I didn't get to experience a lot of Chile because it was work related. I was there for a job, and it was almost all work. And so my most of my travel experience comes from Mexico because a lot of that was leisure,
Okay.
and you just do more because I was also there for work, but when you're working, we tend to work 12 to 16 hours a day and 7 days a week. You get the job done, and then you go home.
Okay.
And so, yeah, when you're traveling for work, it's not as much fun.
Yeah,
But yeah,
exactly. When you're traveling for like your just daily experience, just like here in the Philippines,
yeah,
much better.
yeah. And take your time. You have to plan on things taking longer here.
So yeah, what did you do so far here in the Philippines since you arrived?
The first thing is this the first time I've rented a scooter, and 100% would say renting the scooter was the best thing I've done so
Yeah.
far because it gives you so much freedom, and you don't have to worry about, tricycle drivers trying to charge you 200 pesos for a
Exactly.
50 peso ride. And yeah, that's the best thing I think was the scooter.
Yeah, riding a
But
scooter.
yeah, but then you
How
also have
much?
to deal with the roads. But
Yeah, yeah. So how much did you rent for a scooter?
I
And
got
where
it.
did you rent them?
I got it for 30 days for 8,000 pesos with 1,000 peso deposit.
Ah, okay.
And
Do you think that's a good deal?
yeah, because the daily rental, if I would have just rented it for the 20 some days, because I had discovered that after I'd been here a few days. Had I got the daily rental, it would have been a lot more money. I told them, hey, just rent it for the 30 days and I'll return it early.
Renting a scooter is much better rather than, going to
Yeah.
like a motorcycle or tricycle ride with a
I,
driver and they're going to charge you extra.
I wish I would have known that the first trip, but I was told that almost all the bars rent scooters. I don't know if that's true. I know the place where I rented mine, it was a bar.
Yeah, it
In
was a
fact,
bar.
I drove right, I was watching Google Maps and I drove right past it because I wasn't looking for a bar. I was looking for like a motorcycle shop or a scooter rental, and it was a bar.
It was a bar.
Yeah.
I thought they only sell, liquor out there,
Yeah,
but
no, no, no,
they let
no.
customer rent,
Yeah,
motorcycle. Wow, what a
yeah,
good business.
yeah,
They know
yeah,
because mostly there are a lot of
yeah,
foreigners in a bar.
yeah,
So some would love to enjoy Philippines
yeah,
and to have that freedom. And for
yeah.
you to have that freedom is to probably rent a car, rent a motorcycle, whichever you think is the best, then enjoy your trip. You always have a friend which is the Google Map.
I would say for car rental, if you plan on staying in the big city, don't get a car. Get a scooter. The car rental is nice because you have AC and you can have
Phone while
plays.
driving.
Well, you can take your
Comfortable,
bags and
yeah.
yeah, a lot more comfort and safety. But traffic in the city, I wouldn't want it. Um,
Crazy.
yeah,
It's
and with
crazy.
the scooter, you can just go. Follow the other scooters. They'll show you where to go.
That's one good thing about a scooter, motorcycle, because you can go because Philippines have very small roads everyone.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not that
Yep.
the same in the US that it could fit how many cars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here, you will always notice that a lot of drivers cut lanes.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that
Oh
too?
yeah.
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 Did you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I probably drive faster than some of the Filipinos, but I don't try to keep up with the speed demons because they'll zip by you and you can tell. But I do try to pick somebody who's going at a good pace, and I kind of stick with that, behind that person, and you just get the hang of how people drive and what to do and where to go. And here, it doesn't matter what lane you're in. If it's open, take it.
If it's open, take it.
Yeah.
That's it from Dan, guys.
And get past whatever obstacle you're getting past
Exactly.
and get back to the right and try to
Yes.
stay on the right. That way people that going faster can pass you without running you off the road.
Exactly,
And,
guys.
and that's the main thing, don't try not to be the obstacle. but also don't go faster than you're comfortable.
So far, that's the motorcycle
Yeah,
experience
yeah,
from Dan.
yeah.
Okay, what are your impression of Filipino culture and hospitality so far?
Oh, it's great. The Filipinos are always welcome. The problem is, I came here with a goal of trying to lose a little weight, and you're not going to do that here because the minute you show up somewhere, somebody's going to hand you some food, and that's the way it is.
So, what are the some Filipino food that you like so far?
I like the pancet canton, the sig,
Sisig.
sisig. I
Yeah.
say that wrong every time.
All right. It's
Because,
okay.
and that's what my downfall is. I learned something wrong,
It's
and it
okay.
takes me forever to get it right. I like the
Lumpia.
lumpia, all the different, the pork, the vegetable. It's all good. Um, the
The one
what?
that we eat,
Yeah,
we just eat.
the one we
The
just
binignit,
had.
you like
That
it?
yeah, that was good. I wasn't expecting sweet, but it was good. Yeah,
Yeah, that's binignit, guys.
yeah.
We usually cook that during Holy Week or
Yep.
Friday. So,
Semana Santa. Yep.
yeah, where did
Yeah,
you learn that?
Mexico.
Yeah, Semana
Yeah,
Santa.
Semana Santa, that
Yes.
Mexico, Chile, Costa Rica, all those Latin countries. Yeah.
So, next question. What were your expectations about Philippines before you arrived? And how has the reality been different?
Not really, but I've also been watching a lot of videos. I've been a follower of the Filipina P. I mean, come on, who hasn't? Anybody thinking about coming here has probably at least seen some of her videos. In fact, that's how I think I came across Anne and your channel is due to
Yeah.
watching her channel. At least a little bit of research. Have a plan, or I didn't have a good plan. I just had an idea of what I wanted to do, and even that's changed. But you just got to be flexible and go with the flow.
Let's talk about, are you traveling alone with friends or with a partner?
I'm here solo. I'm just by myself.
Yeah, but you
Uh,
have mentioned earlier that you are about to came here to meet this girl,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
How did everything turns, you know, after
Not
you arrived here?
not too good. I mean, it was we went out on a few dates, and I could tell by the places she picked and what we were doing, and when we were out, because it was like we were both there, but it was like we weren't together. He wasn't asking me stuff about myself, and I found myself playing cameraman for her TikTok videos and stuff like
Oh,
that.
that's
So,
crazy.
and that just tells me that she's not
And
into it, and are not serious, or at least I don't think she was serious. I mean, I might be wrong, but I don't think I am.
you could do TikTok together if you want to.
I know, but I don't think she wants other people seeing her with a guy because
How?
she's on the app, and uh, yeah, she streams on that app. So
All right. How old is the woman that you're interested in?
she's 36.
And where did you guys meet?
In that app that I told, yeah,
In
the
the
app, yeah,
online.
online.
Have you been talking for a while before coming here?
We first, I first met her streaming through that app in January of 23.
All right.
And we
Yeah.
started talking pretty quickly, and then when she ended up, she sent me a text telling me not to text her no more,
Oh.
and so I stopped texting her, and we lost communication.
Oh.
But what I found out this trip is she was I did something wrong, and she was stumping with me. I was supposed to wait a day or two or three or whatever, and then talk to her or something, because when the first date out to dinner, she brought that up. She said, "You stopped texting me."
You're the one who
Yeah,
stopped texting me.
and
I was tampo with
and
you.
I got my phone out, and I was gonna pick up the screenshot where she sent me the text, says, "Stop texting her." And she realized I was looking for that picture, and I told her, "You told me not to text you."
Oh.
And her immediate response, and you could tell it was a genuine response. It was just, I was Tampo with you. And
I was stumble with
yeah,
you.
and because of that, I hadn't spoken to her for a long time.
Like for how many months?
At least 6 months. I think it was longer
Oh.
because I really didn't start texting her again until I met another Filipina in February, and I thought we were hitting it off good until in June she sent me a text telling me that she wasn't the girl for me. And I think in July I went back to that app that I met girl number one on, and we started chatting, and it picked up from there.
It's gonna be the tampo of Filipina.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably if there's no tampo at all and you communicate really well, do you think the relationship will really be smooth and will turn out really
There's
great?
always going to be bumps in the road.
Exactly.
I mean,
but then,
we still hadn't, we never really got past the handshaking part of the relationship. And so, why would you tampo somebody when you're just trying to get to know them?
yeah.
But I don't know.
We're not that close yet. We have
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
before
yeah.
you get tampo.
Yeah,
So that I will be
that's-
able to understand you.
that's so.
I think Filipinas should learn about that.
Yeah.
Have you noticed any difference in how people date or interact here compared to Idaho?
Back home, we almost have just a hookup culture nowadays. And I've never been like that, but here it's more traditional. You know, you get to know a person and you don't just jump in bed with them,
Yeah,
at least from what I've seen.
from what you have
yeah.
noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember what I'm trying to say. With regards to the tampo, like exactly, you're not that pretty close yet. You're still trying to get to know with a woman.
Yeah.
And how would a man know that you're tampo? So probably in my case, I would say that if a person is really not interested in you, then they would make excuses probably. But then still, we don't know her reason. You know.
All I know is what I'm going by what I see and what I feel, because I've tried to ask her and she won't reply. But another thing I never really liked about her relationship, a lot of her videos or pictures she would send that were view once.
What does it mean?
It's not like they were, it wasn't like they're adult pictures or anything like that. They're just, pictures of her or little TikTok video clips of her, but they're always view once. You open in WhatsApp, there's a setting you could send somebody a picture of yourself, and once they look at it, it deletes automatically. They cannot save it, and you can't screenshot it either.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a privacy setting, and she knows how to use it. I've never done that setting, but I tried, and I actually accidentally blocked a bunch of people. I accidentally put all my messages on a delete after 24 hours,
Oh my goodness. Okay.
which is something I've never done before. But I was just trying to figure out, where that setting that she uses was, but I didn't
You
find
should
it.
ask her.
Yeah.
Oh, the setting.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you think people in the Philippines are more focused on emotional connection or physical attraction when starting a relationship?
It's both. It's both.
Both.
Yeah.
Emotional.
I think most Filipinos want to be attracted to their partner, and which I can I want to be attracted to my partner too, but they also want a supportive person. I think most Filipinos want a genuine relationship, not just
Fun games.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they want fun and games too. I mean, I want to have fun and games with my girl too. I want to go out and I want to see different parts of the Philippines.
But playing with someone, it's not a good one.
No, no.
Filipinas love to be being supportive, having fun with your partner, genuine relationship, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think all of us wants that. Because who wants to play games?
Yeah.
Let's play
Yeah.
something good.
Yeah, because the games can get old
Yeah.
really quick if there's no connection there,
Exactly.
or if it's just based on physical. People can just not like the way somebody eats.
Yeah.
I mean, I see that happening a lot, like in the chat, and you get these idiots like chewing their mouth closed, and you know how that is,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Just being rude. and not understanding that it's a different culture.
There are people that are really rude or something
Yeah.
like that.
Oh yeah.
Filipinas doesn't like that.
That's actually not the worst rudeness that we come across as moderators.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I've tried putting my other account into, live stream that I was
Yeah.
like, "Ugh, the chats are going crazy.
Yeah.
This is so
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
There are a lot of rude comments, and no,
Yeah.
we are online creators though. We don't have that much choice. End the live or deal with it.
Yeah.
But good moderators really do a great job when it comes to moderating Filipino live stream. So yeah, kudos to them. Kudos to you.
Oh, I'm not. I make mistakes. I mean, I just made a mistake the other day, and I got a viewer mad at me. And now every time I come into
No, that's okay,
one of the
Dan.
streamers' streams, they say bye, and they're out of there. But you do the best you can. You're gonna make mistakes, and
We're not
yeah,
perfect,
nobody is. Nobody
Nobody
is. Yeah.
else. We make mistake and probably that's it. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
Then move forward.
When I make a mistake, I fess up to it right away. I apologize to him twice, but it doesn't matter.
Moving
Yeah.
forward, I was just loving with being sorry twice because I just remember like when a Filipina gets sampo, I think I don't know if how can a foreigner deal with it. Like I don't know. Have you tried like dating before a Filipina?
No.
Or
Girl number one and girl number two were the first. And girl number two, which I actually met first, believe it or not, which is weird, she never tompoed me.
she
Yeah.
never tampo with you?
No.
She's matured.
She's 46, so she does have a level of maturity that a younger person wouldn't have.
Talking about Filipinas, have you noticed if Filipinas generally expect Western men to be more forward and direct about their intentions when starting a relationship compared to women in the West? I will ask you about this because,
Okay.
right, you were talking online first. Were you that direct to that person that you like her? Like, did you tell her that?
Oh, I told her I was interested in her, but I never requested lewd things from her. It basically we had idle chit chat between us and not really in depth conversation because, like I told her when I first started talking to her, as soon as I'll be there as soon as I get my passport because
You told that.
my passport was in for renewal because I had less than 6 months, and so I sent it in November, and I didn't get my passport back until I think April.
Oh.
No, it was March, like the second week of March, that I finally got my passport. But by that time, she had already tompoed me. I sent her one reply. I said, "Okay, wasn't my intent to annoy you,
Yeah.
and if you want, I will not text you again." And she replied, "Really?"
Yeah.
And that was the last we talked. The last the conversation that we had via WhatsApp for at least 6 or 8 months. It was longer because it wasn't until July of this year that I went back to the app and I started chatting with her in the app, and then we moved it back to WhatsApp.
I think when a Filipinas act like that, I don't know about you guys if you have tried texting with a Filipina, but I do that sometimes as well. Example, oh, please, don't talk to me, or don't talk to me, just that word. And then you are going to reply, okay. Filipina would feel like, really? Because you're really doing it? You're not going to text me? It's actually like their way of wanting you to lambing them. So lambing, it's that's an action for a month that they need. So you just have to be a little bit sweeter or something, do something. I think
Yeah.
I don't know Filipinas or some men doesn't know or
Well,
just said okay.
at that time, I had heard a tompo and I had a small understanding of what it was. But I didn't think at that point in our relationship that that would be a possibility.
Yeah.
It just didn't dawn on me that she was Tompo, and I was I was pretty ignorant.
So, how do you think can you navigate relationship with Filipinas knowing that they have this kind of stuff that tampo without for some reason.
Yeah, yeah, and for the life of me, I cannot feel. I don't know what I did wrong, but obviously I did something wrong, and
Obviously, even if
yeah,
you're not aware of.
and maybe I should have. I probably should have at least sent her a text or something a day or two later or something. But yeah,
That was really fun.
yeah,
I don't know what did I do wrong, but obviously I did.
yeah, yeah,
Oh my goodness,
yeah,
that's Filipina.
yeah.
Oh,
So
anyway, yeah. To wrap this conversation, oh my goodness. Wow, that was a lot of fun talking about
yeah,
Filipinas dating and stuff like this.
yeah.
So, if you could give an advice to your fellow American man who wants to travel to the Philippines for the first time, what would you give to them? Could it be relationship, like the things that you have experienced here, like renting a scooter? How would you successfully enjoy your travel?
Number one, be flexible. If you're coming here to meet a girl, do it. It's far better to try and not succeed than it is to, you know,
It's not for you.
yeah, not do it. And when you're here, do your best to enjoy things. Don't sweat small things. And even if it doesn't work out with the girl, you there's lots of
Stuff to do.
stuff to do and lots of other women that you
Okay.
can pick from.
All right. Talking about women, it comes into my mind to ask you this question.
Okay.
Have you tried after that moment with a girl that you have texted online and after that you met, have you tried approaching different women, Filipino women?
Not yet, because I was thinking, well, there's a couple of women that I would,
You're interested.
yeah, I'm interested in, but things are kind of complicated, and so I just have to let things play out the way they have to play out,
Okay.
and see what happens with them in the future, and see if either one of them decide to become available or not.
Do you advise of coming to the Philippines single and just meet women here or have women text online?
I would
What do you think is the
for
best?
I would rather be texting somebody online and come here to meet somebody and go out and do dates with that person myself. But I'm kind of old fashioned for some people too, so I don't know. That other people might think different. But I would strongly suggest try to get to know somebody online, and if things seem like they're working out, then come here and put it through the test. Try to get that person to get into serious conversation with you, and not just idle banter like me and girl number one had. I don't think most people would have traveled all that way to meet a girl that was not telling you about things in her life daily.
Put it a test. If it's a
Yep.
woman that you're coming here, put it a test and see what will happen. Okay?
Yeah.
We don't really know.
Yeah.
So I think that would be the end
Yeah.
of this beautiful, amazing conversation with Dan. Thank you so much, Dan, for sharing your thoughtful experience about the Philippines
Yep. Thanks
and for
having me.
sharing your experience to
Yep.
them and to me.
Yep.
I was having really fun talking about hearing from the side of a foreigner
Yep.
about the tampo, with the Filipinas. It's a little bit funny.
Yeah.
But again,
Yeah.
I do understand because I am Filipina too. So, yeah. I guess that would be all, guys, and I hope that you have learned something. And to those men that are coming to the Philippines next year or this year, guys, good luck and hopefully to see you soon here. Bye, guys.
Adios.
Adios.